Overseas employment and migration started in Bangladesh in short Prince Ziaur Rahman's time, who is the founder of the BMP. And the very ministry that I represent today, Overseas Employment and Expected Welfare, that was established by Prime Minister Begum Khaleda Zia. So the migration started at a time when President Ziaur Rahman was in office, and it thrived when Begum Khaleda Zia was the Prime Minister. So this overseas employment and migration sit in the DNA of BMP as a political party. If we see the pre-election campaign, our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Tariq Rahman, repeatedly articulated the vision that we have for our people to go abroad and work in other countries, where he emphasized that our migration policy should be orderly, ensuring that we follow a due diligence and a procedure which is transparent, which is efficient, and where we gradually, over the period of time, reduce the number of intermediaries. And our vision is also to diversify the market, not only for the unskilled workers, but also focusing more on skill development, capacity enhancement, where we can ensure that more skilled people can work abroad, not only in some particular countries, if we can diversify that market in itself, and ensuring, which right now stands about 5 to 7% women every year. We can send a significant number of women in a country where more than 50% of the population are indeed women. So we want to diversify the market. We want to diversify the type of job they want to go, and also diversifying the demography in itself. In order to do orderly migration, we are focusing on introduction of Probashi card, which is expatriate card. So moving forward, when we introduce it, every Bangladeshi who will be going abroad will be able to track them, trace them, and that will be in the government infrastructure. Also, we are focusing on streamlining process for visa application. For instance, every Bangladeshi who will be applying for visa, their financial documents will be trackable with the QR code. Their educational certification will be trackable. We are already we have introduced it 2 months back, a new scheme of giving up to 10 lakh taka loan for students if they want to go abroad for third language learning or short courses. We are working with the MOFA already. They have started the work of demand mapping. So Bangladesh has tremendous demographic dividend, where we have a large number of young people with aspiration to go abroad. So the supply is abundant, but at the same time we need to understand what is the demand mapping in other countries and the type of skill set they want, the type of competencies required, and then we'll train our people according that line in our TVET system, technical and vocational education, and the technical training centers. So the global requirement by country, we're going to have that traced back in our education system, in our vocational system, and train our individuals towards that. But we also understand the value of certification. So the certificates that they're giving, we are in touch with various international partners to standardize the certifications so that those are globally acceptable. And our people, when they go abroad, the certification they offer, those are recognized in the receiving countries. Overall, we see the migration as part of a broader ecosystem part, where we cannot work in silo, but we need to work with the receiving countries, seeing a global integration, how we can play our part by giving them the right tools, giving them training, giving them the language expertise where required, and ensuring that the migration takes place in a transparent process where it can be traced back. And in some cases, we understand some people use any particular country as a transit point. We want to stop that as well. And as part of the orderly migration process, we believe we can actually untap the potential that our people have. One thing I would love to add is that in many countries, taking Bangladeshi workers is a top priority because of the discipline that they have shown, because of course, the cost efficiency is one part, but of course also the performance matters. So without the required degree of state support, if they succeed that way, I believe when there will be a policy alignment, they can take it further and have more opportunities, and the receiving countries or hosting countries will take more Bangladeshis towards that. And one final point is, I've talked about the blue-collar jobs, I would say, but as we move forward towards white-collar jobs, we want to ensure that the diasporas, those are in various countries, can play a more active role and the brain drain that we have had historically, we can transfer into brain circulation, where the diasporas and expatriate Bangladeshis can play an active role in Bangladesh, in our development. They can come in here, they can invest in Bangladesh, they can have the know-how and technical knowledge transferred in Bangladesh's ecosystem, and definitely the diasporas there and their representatives in Bangladesh. When it comes to trade and investment, we can facilitate them with the right policies, right tools that will be helpful for Bangladesh's global aspirations. Thank you.